那一分扣哪去了？还是一个成语
Okay, we're back. Yes. Alright. Has everybody seen this? So two observations I have. I actually have an observation in this one. Guys, how many of you wrote 108 pi, 108 pi, 108 pi, 108 pi is equal to 108 pi and I cancelled? Because you are supposed to work towards the 108 pi. It's not a crime at this stage. Can I have both of you please stand at the back of the class? I've cautioned you over and over, but you keep talking and talking, and this is why you make unnecessary mistakes, because you don't pay attention to the important details. This is like the 5th time I'm telling you to be quiet. It doesn't mean others don't have anything to talk about. Alright. A lot of you wrote 108 pi, 108 pi. At this stage, it's quite understandable, we can forgive you. But I don't want you to get used to that way of thinking. And you get to the university and the professor tells you, what kind of proof is this, for example? Or what kind of solution is this? The way you work it is like, oh, I already know the answer is 108, I'm just going to show you why it is 108. No, we want you to to get the 108 as the last answer, not tell me why it is 108. Your way of thinking is the same way some P6 or maybe Form 1 did something for me sometime last week or 2 weeks ago. Check this out. I give you a problem, 2x minus maybe plus 1 is equal to 9, for example. Are you listening? I ask you to work out x. What we'll expect you to do is to say maybe 2x plus 1 is equal to 9. This is what they were taught. Balance method, subtract 1. 2x is equal to 8, right? This is how all of us began. Then divide by 2, right? Then x is equal to 4. What some of them did was, in their mind, they have done Kumon, they have done a lot of mental math, they know the answer is 4. So they told me 2 times 4 plus 1 is equal to 9, x is equal to 4. No. And I think some of us do that at Form 3 level in this class too. What you are doing here is, you know the answer. You are now showing me why it is the answer. I'm telling you to work it out until you get the answer. They are two different things. Do you understand that? So, don't start with your answer. Start your question until you get the answer. Okay? Look at what I did. Total surface will be the curved surface and the base area. My curved surface is this, the base area is this. I substituted, I added, and I got the answer. That's it. I'm not going to start from 108 is equal to this, 108 is equal to that. Oh, 108 is equal to 108. No. So you were not penalized. I only cancelled what is not necessary to be shown. Okay? And the next one, because the question already said at the beginning, each of these shapes have the same total surface area. It means every area now is 108 pi. Some of you forgot to add your pi, and as a result, you were getting the wrong answer. I don't know why you missed that out. Anyways, so if you look at this shape, the area for this one, which is the sphere, is 4 pi r squared. Your r in this case is x, so that is 4 pi x squared. And the instruction already said that the total surface of each is the same. And you have just figured out the total surface for the first one is 108 pi. It means for the other two is also 108 pi. That's how you make the connection. So if you make the connection of 4 pi, and the formula is already given here, you are so lucky. At my secondary level, they don't give us all this stuff. You have to remember. So our teachers usually teach us how to derive the formula just in case you forget. Then at a point in my own system, Nigerian system, we have something we call the four-figure table. Four-figure table might contain some formula if you are lucky. Otherwise, you have to figure it out yourself. So we are forced to put all these things in our head. So you are so lucky that the question paper will give you the formula. But of course, there's no point cramming the formula if you don't know how to derive. Just give it to you. You apply it. That's what is more important. Anyways, so 4 pi r squared is equal to that. Your 4 pi has a pi, your 1/8 has a pi, so only pi will cancel. Somebody in this class changed the pi to 3.142. Who is that? There's no point. I think not in this one. I think it's in this one. Somebody did, and they end up getting Kilon. Are you sure you're not the one? Did he change pi to 3.142?
No.
How about you? Will you check? Somebody did that. Anyway, you are not supposed to do that because pi and pi are meant to cancel out at the end. Alright? So here, they cancel, you get 27. So, and I said to 3 significant figures. Some of you did not do that. Okay? Some of you didn't do that. So please take note. Next time, you will lose some points if you don't do that. But this time around, I didn't take off anybody's points for not putting to 3 significant figures. And I intentionally asked you to put the answer in 3SF because that is the standard degree of accuracy in IGCSE Cambridge. It's always at the front of the paper. Wherever they do not state, leave your answer in 3 significant figure when you need to approximate. But of course, this is a whole number, there's no point 3SF. But this is decimal that is continuous, you have to approximate. That's why I also put instruction where necessary. Okay? Now, for the other one, which is for the hemisphere. Hemisphere is, please sit down, both of you, or sit down separately. And since I think you sit separately, you are the major problem, not the knees. Alright. Okay, so I said it in class that day, you are still going to do like shapes, area, and volume. When we talk about total surface area, we are talking about the area we could see around the surface. It's just as it implies, it's just the English, same language. Total surface area, the total of the surfaces I can see. Total area of the surfaces I can see. So for this shape, I could see the top, I could see the bottom, and I could see this part, which is the curved part. Do you understand that? For this, you can see the curved part of the cone. That's where you hold when you're taking your ice cream. I know everybody remember the ice cream now. At the bottom, this is of course where you put your mouth. You know, I know that. Anyway, so it's the curved part plus the base. That's the total surface area for the cone. For this one, you only have the curved part. There's no base, there's no flat part, because this is just like the orange. Unlike this one, after you cut the orange into 2, you have the curved part where you can hold, and you have the top. So when talking about total surface area, you consider just one thing here. When talking about total surface area, you consider 2 things here. Total surface area here, 2 things also. Do you understand that? Now, the curved part of this is also here, but in half. Can you see that? The curved part of this one, this flat, is half of this one. Do you agree? Okay? So there are 2 things you need for the last question. Okay, here is it. Total surface area of the hemisphere will be the top area and the curved surface area. The top area is this one. The curved surface area is this one, because the curved surface area of hemisphere is half of the curved surface area of the sphere. But the hemisphere still have the top parts where we, you know, maybe while eating the orange or something like that. Who's brought up anyway, so when you do that, somebody, this is where, I think this is where somebody puts pi is equal to 4 point something, they end up getting decimal. Well, eventually it's just all messed up. Please take note of that. Is there a phone, Kelly? Alright, so when you put all the y's, you get 3y squared, you get 36, you find the square root, and boom, everybody's happy.
I'm not happy.
Yeah.
Anyway, for this one, I asked you to find the area of the shaded region. It's just the external area minus internal area. This time around, minus is the problem for some people.
I'm not there.
Please. So, a lot of you found the area correctly. You found the other area correctly. When it is time to subtract, you forgot the fact that you are meant to subtract. This is what some people did it this way. So somebody did it this way. The first area, 2x, 5x plus 4. They expanded 10x squared plus 8x. That's very correct. Can you see? The second one, x, they expanded. They got 3x minus x squared. Very correct. Now it is time to subtract. Then the problem comes. So in subtraction, you got something like this. Can you see? Instead of what?
Plus.
No.
Bracket.
Bracket. Of course you get plus eventually, but put a bracket. Then you can have this and plus x squared. So that is why I like to write it in one line. If I do it in one line, there is no way I will miss this negative. Instead of writing the first one first, second one, subtract separately, big area minus small area. You could see the algebra expand. There's no way you can miss the minus out. Does that make sense? Please take notes. And the last one. I already gave you a lot of clues while doing this in the class. Okay, so like I said, this is an eclipse. This is the how equation of eclipse is written. Okay, and so this is the main question. Again, we said it in class. If a point is on a graph, it means the x coordinate and y coordinate must satisfy the equation. It means when you put the x coordinate and y coordinate, the two equation size must balance. So I pick P, for example, 2k. It means when I put x is 2 and I put y is k, I must still get is equal to 1. That's what it means. So when I put that, all I need to do is, remember this is 4, divided by 16 is 1 over 4. And that's how I got this one. And all I need to do is cross multiply. When you cross multiply, and you see, this is times 1, right? Okay? Then you get this one, subtract. You get 3, then you find the square root. Please be careful.
Sorry.
Then you find the square root. Another way, if I use Q, remember, Q is 2 minus K. I put it down so you can see. You can use Q also.
I can use Q. Let's stop.
Yeah, so if your P is right, I'll give you the point. If your Q is wrong, I just cancel and ignore it. But next time, don't use it, okay? Alright, let's look at the Q one. If you use 2 minus K, all you have to do is put it back in the equation again. X is 2, you get 1 over 4. Y is minus K, of course, the bracket again. Whenever you're dealing with negative, always put the bracket. And of course, minus K squared is just K squared. And you get this again. Somebody wrote plus or minus 3. Who can tell me why I did not allow that?
Because y intercepts.
Yes? Oh, okay.
I should actually hear her like talking because
I failed.
Oh yeah, she and my parents talking. Yeah, she
yeah,
knows that this is
yeah,
right.
she goes, oh, it's 3.
说那个我姐说那个
Honestly, I find it extra to
怎么样？
真的，我们十班都不会。
Canceling X is what? Truly also you cancel X is equal to number what is that? Number 3 here. There shouldn't be X is equal to where the answer is meant to be. That's a typo. Somebody wrote plus or minus 3 here. There's no need because you could see the plus K and the minus K already.
Oh.
There's no need. Alright? And somebody wrote here, because they were working with negative K, minus K squared, and there is some minus here. Eventually they got minus 3. Then there is square root of minus 3. No. Joe, is that you?
No, I just forgot to.
Was that you?
Were you?
Okay, so the first one was correct, but the second one has minus K, so I just canceled this and I marked this for you because that's the correct answer. Okay, so please take note next time. If you haven't done the correct one, so which is why you don't need to do two methods. You do a method that is easy, just move on with your life. So that's why I put here, use either P or Q, but not both, please. Not both. All right, the last page is for the area. This is easy. I don't know why it took some of you so long time to figure it out. Shh, listen, this is easy. Can you see the steps? Is it captured?
Yes.
All right, so let me enlarge it also again. It's easy, very short solution. So compare these two. I told you the area enclosed by the curve with this equation is this, which means the A and the B here with pi. That's all. Isn't that what it means?
I don't understand that.
Okay, wait. If this is the equation, all right, this is the area. The area is pi times A times B. What is A? At the bottom is A squared, at the bottom is B squared. It means this once below the square with pi gives you the area. It's just algebra substitution.
Why I don't understand that?
So you look at it, so I give you this one. It means this is your A squared, right? Right? And this is your B squared.
Oh.
Oh. Yeah.
Compare, because one is here. If I want to make it harder, this is what I would have done. Look, after this, guys, after this, I could have given you something like this. Find the area of, can you see this? Find the area of x squared plus 4y squared is equal to 16. Then this is what I could see as maybe a tricky question. But this is like very direct question, just compare. Equal to 1, y squared at the top, x squared at the top. I just changed this to 16 and 4. Hold on, please. Does that make sense? So this is my a squared. So if my a squared is this, then a is that. If my b squared is this, then b is that. I have my a and b, and the formula is already given by a, b. Substitute. Period. If I give you a tricky one like this, who knows what to do first?
Get A and B.
No? It doesn't look like this one. So how do I get A and B if it doesn't look like this one?
Make the left side one.
Next one.
Make this side 1. How do you make this side 1?
1/16.
So you divide everything by 16. So when you divide by 16, what do you get? X squared over 16, y squared over 4 equals 1. Now you have the better one. So if I want to trick you, I could have gone a step further and make life difficult. But you know, I'm nice. I don't want to. Wait. What is that supposed to mean? I'm not nice?
You're not
Guys,
nice.
seriously.
Look at the
I'm not nice when it comes to question. Raise your hand if you think I'm nice.
liar.
Raise your hand if you think I'm not nice.
Very sure.
Okay, I have lots of enemies in the class, I know.
Mr. Daniel, can you explain to me why I think 4 times 2 is 6?
Exactly, it's asking.
Elsa did it.
Elsa did it too? Can somebody explain to both of them why they think 4 times 2 is 6? Well, I wish I could explain, but the old math I've been taught while I was growing up, none of them said 4 times 2 is 6. So there's no way I can explain to you.
This is why you're not supposed to have 4 hours of sleep and then do a test. Oh my god.
4 hours.
No, the thing is, they're using alien math. They always go off by 2.
Wait. I think Yanko asked an explanation for your theory. Alien math always deviate by 2, so that's why he thinks it's not 8, then it should be 6.
Why are so long?
Alright. So that is that. Then the last part, I think this is a question we have done over and over in class.
Yes.
So this is a question we have done over and over in class.
I have an excuse.
So just expand like we did in class. I'm gonna maximize that again. So what I did was to start from these 2, expand it up to this point. So the whole question now, I brought it here. And because I have done these 2 already, so I put it here and I just replace my x minus a, I just shift my x minus a here, while this one is this one. Okay? Then I took my time to expand this and this and that. That's the first 2. Minus x and this is that, minus x and this is that. minus 2 times x is this, minus 2 times this is this, then automatically the terms are collected. So when I compare with this one, which I wrote here, and I intentionally put it under what they look like, so I put this below this one. These are the families of x squared, I put this below them. These are the families of x, I put it below them. And these are the families of constant, like nobody. Sorry. We just discriminated by pushing them away. Anyway, we don't do that. Anyway, so there's nothing you can achieve from comparing x cubed is equal to x cubed. So what? If you tell Giselle x squared, x cubed is equal to x cubed, she'll be like, so what? What do I do with that? Anyways, you compare these guys, and you get this. Then you move to any of these two next. B is the coefficient here, that is plus b, but the coefficient here is plus a minus 1. And that's how we got this part. Then because we know our 6 already, you put it here, and you get your b to be 5. If you go to the x family, the red one, plus c is the coefficient here, which is here. But the coefficient in the other one you're comparing with is minus a minus 2, which is this one. And you substitute a again that you know, you bring it here, and you get minus 8. And that is how we got all this. We've done this in class as example. I think I gave you as worksheet at some point or whatever. Then we're doing it again in text. And some people still miss 1 or 2 points. That's not
Right,
nice.
Mr. Daniel, can you go back to the how to solve the B?
The B part, okay, there is the B. You probably left the minus, somebody left the minus out. Instead of minus a minus 2, somebody wrote maybe a minus 2, so they end up doing 6 minus 2, 4. Instead of minus 6 minus 2. Who was that?
I did
So I noticed, so we just need to be careful with, everybody got the idea, everybody knew what to do, everybody can factorize. Just silly mistake about maybe bracket when it comes to minus, omitting minor, you want to square a negative number, you don't put a bracket. These are the things you need to watch out for. And I've said this over and over again, everybody. I've said it over and over again. Download the IGCSE past papers that I put on Edmodo. I already put it up to June last year. I will be putting November last year at the point. When the March exam is done, I might be uploading that as well. Just practice as much as you can. Okay, if you do not practice a lot of factorization, there is no way you wouldn't miss out your factors. Practice makes perfection. We've said that over and over. Any question? Elsie, can you put on the light for us?
Why did I think 4 times 2 is 6?
I don't know, bro.
How do you do that?
How I do that? I did it correctly. But I decided to make, hey, what's 4 times 2? 6.
No, when you look at it, 4 plus 2 is 6.
Yeah, but if it was pi times 4 plus 2, it would be a completely different answer. The only way that would get 6 pi is if this was plus and there was brackets around it. And like I am so smart that like I can't do 4 times 2. 4 times 2 gives up. 4 times 2.
Why are you telling us in?
Because I'm stupid.
Alright, can somebody please put up the projector?
Ew, that's nasty. Hey, you know what 4 times 2 is? It's 6.
Somebody the projector, please.
还有穿透力。
Just press it twice.
Should we
Yeah,
close
thanks.
that?
So this is a video of that. We will also upload the other one. So this might show a proper view of the screen, but there's no voice.
I didn't beat you.
Okay? Or maybe. It's actually recording.
This is something that was.
Quiet, let's
Go
see.
play it, please.
Quiet.
I was singing.
What?
That's how I answered. That is horrible recording. We have to find find a way to mute the voice.
Does that come to like some aliens?
Alright, so but it has a clearer view than maybe that one. So I'll see if I can mute the video, upload that on the audio. Or if I couldn't do that,
We mute it ourselves.
just mute it when you're watching the
No,
song.
we play both at the same time. Yeah. No, mute one, play the other one.
So I will scan this also and put on Edmodo just in case. So either way you watch the video or you see my solution. Please henceforth, I'm going to be giving you something like this. I'm not going to be giving you 2 papers like this again.
Oh, hell.
If you check IGCSE, you see over 10 questions. So if we are used to 2 questions, 4 questions, no, it's not going to be any good. All right? Yes, question.
Here, yeah, go.
You've done it?
You check.
I'm
You
actually
want me to check now? Not now.
This one?
Sorry.
I'm gonna done correct.
Yes, ma'am.
This one, yeah, this one I'm gonna done.
Quiet, please.
This one I probably cannot. Wait, no, this one also. This one, good. This one I could.
Is that okay after Chinese New Year to have our test for the next one? Alright, after Chinese New Year. Guys, listen.
This one.
Candy, you want to check the zooming and make sure it's better off now? We can also go back a little if necessary, or if you think you just zoom out, it's fine. Anyway. Dude, what's that? What's your problem?
I'm mad at myself.
Just study hard next time.
4 times 2 is 6. I can't.
All right, listen. So while I was preparing for the last part of our chapter 13, which is just solving inequality, I think we should link it with application of inequality graph, which is something we call linear programming. Linear programming is in chapter, does anybody want to check where linear programming is? It's far away a little bit, so I'm just going to bring it forward. It's on chapter 20. Has everybody seen that? Chapter 20, page 342. Okay? So after we finish chapter 13, which is just solving inequality, playing around with inequality problem, something we already know, obviously. So we will focus on linear programming from tomorrow and next. Today we just maybe practice some, we have about 10, 12 minutes. Yeah, we can just review some inequality problem in chapter 13. So go to the last part of chapter 13. So I'm mixing these two together because they are connected. Alright, that's why I'm taking these two chapters together. If anybody wants to study linear programming ahead, please feel free to check. That's chapter 20, if you want to check it out ahead. But for now, we will be ending the equation part with solving linear inequality. We might be doing inequality also tomorrow, but maybe Wednesday we look at linear programming. On Friday, while the school, I think regular classes, I was told, ends at 11:30. Lucky you still have your class before the end of school. So, you are so lucky. You are the only one with math class on Friday.
Really?
Yeah, P6 have math class immediately after your class on Friday. And that is when the school closes. Form 1, and it's double lesson for them. And Form 1 have double lesson immediately after the lunch break.
Oh.
So they are not having math.
But that's
So when I saw it and I saw Form 3, I'm like, yes! Form 3, they'll be happy. Aren't you guys happy?
No.
Come on, Alex!
That's so. That's like the most. We're so glad that we have.
I thought I was bringing you guys good news. Come on, guys.
What
Isn't that
good
like
news
good
is that?
news?
Great news.
Like, yeah, let's celebrate.
Man, on
We're gonna have
Friday.
math before the Chinese New Year Alright. Dude. Alright, everybody listen. We wouldn't do much today. In the next 10 minutes, let's look at some of these things. There's no need for anyone to write anything. Let's just play around with inequality. What? Yes, quickly. Does anybody want to use the bathroom?
Yeah, well.
It's almost time.
Yes, almost time. So, but if anybody wants to use the bathroom, please feel free to go. Yes.
Is this how we do this question?
Why is your graph so big?
Yeah.
It's a sketch.
Is that a sketch?
Oh. That should have been plus 10.
Wait, really?
I'm sorry.
That's why it doesn't make sense.
I wouldn't have given you some. You should have sent it to me on that mother. I would have corrected it.
Which one?
Everybody questions. Everybody. Can you sit? Can you sit? Can you sit? Sit. Question 2C. Worksheet question 2C.
10 minutes.
Page 3, question 2C is plus 10.